so I'm going to try it here and see if anyone sees me here. I'm off a pick a card, so if you're interested in just having some upliftment, bring some joy to your day, however you're experiencing your day. Um, I always hold the intention for peace and healing to be present. So we'll see what happens there. See if anyone is on. See if anyone is here. Um, I write the names down when I'm working because it's the fairest way to do it. It keeps track for me with whoever is on. Yeah, no, I don't think. Oh, it is. Hello, Amber. How are you? Um, it's the fairest way for me to just work from the top of my screen. When I finish up the top of my screen, it's the next person up. Amber, I'm having some issues with my internet, so I don't know how this is going to go. But I'll write you down. My daughter's name is Amber as well. I have a soft spot for that name. Amazing how it worked here now, and it wouldn't work on Facebook for me. Okay. Obviously meant to be here and not over there. Okay, Amber. So we have look at the stars. Look up and remember that you are but a tiny speck in a large, mysterious universe. Let the magic of the stars connect you to your own special magic. Now that came out in reverse. So maybe that at the moment, Amber, you're not seeing your magic. Maybe you have lost touch with it, or you don't believe that good things can come to you for whatever reason you are at the moment. Okay, make peace with uncertainty. It may take a while to find clarity about a situation. Be patient. Know that invisible healing forces are at work during this phase. Now, this is the card that I pulled when you said messages from my spirit guides. So, for you at the moment, it's about trusting that healing is taking place, things are moving for you, even though you can't see it. And for a lot of us, if we don't have it mapped out, it creates panic and it creates a sort of a stressful situation for us. But all the time we're being asked to surrender. And surrender is not a passive thing. Surrender is a willingness to let go, a willingness to be guided as well. So you have to let go of this thing where you control stuff, this illusion that you control things. It's about letting go of that and then just following the breadcrumbs, as I call them. So you're if you trust that you're always held, you're always guided, you're always loved, and if you start to look at your life through that lens, as in everything that shows up is here to teach you something, to bring you closer to what you want, to steer you away from what you don't want, and kind of have a curiosity about what's showing up for you. But there's definitely a call there um, back to believing that miracles can happen, that wonderful things can happen, and they can happen for you. And wherever you've kind of lost the connection to that, wherever you feel that, good things happen to other people, but they don't happen to me, really sit with that, Amber, and really sort of break it down as in all the good things that have happened to you and all the good things that unfold, even you being able to see me or hear me through a screen. That's a blessing. That's a miracle in itself. And believing that the things that you want are already coming to you, they're already sort of connected to you energetically, otherwise you wouldn't want them. You know what I mean? When it feels natural, when it feels expansive, when it feels like it's flowing, then that's the message. That's the message from your guides. They speak to you through your body, they speak to you through your impulses, through your, the things that make you feel open and connected and loved. That's how your guides, that's how your intuition speaks through you. So trusting that a bit more, maybe letting go of any victim stories you may be carrying. Um, this doesn't happen to me because of what someone else did to me. Try your best to let go of that. Try your best to say, I'm willing to forgive the people that hurt me. I'm willing to forgive how I hurt myself. And then be really open to what wants to be freshly experienced, without the baggage of the past. If you kind of look at the moment as fresh, as like This is brand new for you. And then try and relax into that as much as you can. Okay? Karen. Okay. It's easier said than done. I know that, but you can ask for help as well if you need it. You know, you can ask for help in surrendering, help in letting go, and you'll be given it. You're very welcome. Okay. Karen. So we have this in reverse. Violet fire, transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, constant distractions. So where in your life are you, where are you getting pulled out of yourself? Where's your energy getting kind of pulled by people or things? Where are you feeling distracted? Where are you feeling um, not cohesive? You know what I mean? You're not sort of in flow continuously. You're being pulled here and there by other people. The violet fire as well is always about transmutation of negative energy. Look at what you're surrounding yourself with. Look at what you're looking at online. Look at the TV shows you're watching. Usually when those kind of cards come up, it means that your sixth sense, your psychic vision, your spiritual abilities, whatever words you want to have for them, are starting to become more heightened. And when they start to become more heightened, you become very, very aware of what's discordant. Like you'll become very aware of it, will just feel off. If you're watching a TV show, you're watching an ad on telly, you're talking to a friend, if there's any sort of discordance between what is emerging within you and what is coming from the outside in, then it's time for you to take a look at it. And it's time for you to take a look at maybe where you're still holding those stories within you as well. Because what they say is that the outside matches the inside. So have a look at where you're perpetuating negative energy within yourself as well. Do you know what I mean? You're very welcome, Andrea. It's my pleasure. And we have Celestial Channel, Hidden Beauty, Remaining Optimistic, Staying Neutral. So you're really being asked to trust in that energy of love that is within you, trusting where you're being guided to be more loving, to being more open, to being kinder to yourself, but also being aware that being pulled into people's dramas, being pulled into negative energy in any way is just not working for you now, you know? I get what you mean. I've been feeling quite sensitive these few days and was wondering if some upgrade is happening. Well, there is a lot of what I call space weather and astrological stuff definitely happening. But while those things are important, I still think it's better to tune into yourself. Like for years, like people would say, oh my God, don't make any plans. You're Mercury retrograde. Don't work. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I have nearly always, not intentionally, always booked holidays around that time, always worked, always did things. And when people say things like, oh, it's retrograde now, so your computer is going to go down and you know what I mean? They kind of, it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whereas for me, for years before I even understood those transient things, whatever they are, I would have the feeling of I'm walking with chain mail on. I feel like I'm walking through quicksand. My dreams will get very heightened. So it became a personal experience for me then. And on Facebook and Instagram, sometimes I'll share my own experiences, and then you'll have a lot of people saying, oh my God, I thought it was just me. But make it personal, tune into your own feelings, and don't automatically subscribe it to, oh, it's Mercury retrograde or there's solar flares. They can absolutely affect you, but it's not a one size fits all. For some people, that's a very clearing, purgative time. Things go really well for them. It's all about belief system as well. But look at where you're becoming triggered. Look at where you're extra sensitive doing something rather than another thing, and it's just your body trying to say, look, Karen, this isn't working anymore. I'm pulling you back from it. Okay. Andrea, that card definitely placed your minute. I always say that with people that come on, that if you kind of stay relaxed, I know everyone wants an individual reading, but like if you stay relaxed and open, there will always be one or more messages that will speak to all of us, you know. I'm glad too, Indigo Rose. I was obviously meant to come onto this page other than Facebook. I tried about 5 times. Okay, Andrea. So we have the devil in reverse. So this card for me always represents like a choice point. You know what I mean? When you've been under the kind of pull of addiction, whether it's your phone, whether it's certain people, whether it's food, whether it's alcohol, whatever it is, when you've been under that kind of pull for a while, there'll always come a point where something really like gets very loud inside of you. It's like, no, we can't do this anymore. This isn't helpful. This isn't where we want to be, you know? And then you have that choice to start making different decisions for yourself, to start choosing something different, even if it's a tiny pull away from it. That tiny pull away will, you know, gather its own momentum, and before you know it, you're so far away from it. Sometimes that card shows up when it's about a toxic person, a person that for you is toxic for your life. And again, there's always a choice around, do you want to take the devil's hand, or do you want to take your own and make your own life? You know what I mean? For some people, Andrea, it can be the voice in their head that's toxic. And again, that's an addiction. There's an addiction to negative thinking. There's an addiction to tormenting yourself, you know, and look at where it's relevant for you. And temperance in reverse, so it's balance and harmony. So you're out of balance in some way. You're giving too much energy to one thing and not enough to another. And you need to, like, your body is only going to get louder, Andrea, and your life circumstances are going to get louder until you kind of say, yeah, I really need to do something about this. I really need to change how I think about this, how I frame it to myself, whatever. There's a little bit of a lag here between me and ye, so apologies if I'm not seeing your messages immediately. This applies in the biggest way. Thank you so much. You are so right on all accounts. Sending me love. And the star. So the star is all about healing. And if you're feeling untethered right now, come back to yourself. Come back to your body. Come back to your knowing. You know, just land here for a while. And don't be rushing off doing things you don't want to do. Just land with yourself for a while. Okay. Map 2. I am Marrow from Greece. Okay. Marrow. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Okay. Hello to everyone. Okay. So Marrow, we have listen. So people start to heal the moment they feel heard. Now, this may be to do with you and another person, or it may be that you need to listen. You need to listen to maybe the advice that someone is giving you, or listen to your inner nudges, which I think seems to be a very strong message today. So there has to be this thing where something is getting very loud for you right now, either outside or inside, which are the same really. But for whatever reason, you are either avoiding listening, you're afraid to listen, maybe you don't know how to listen deeply, but you're being invited to. You're being invited to pay attention to that strong urge or nudge within your body. You know, when you hear something and it lands, and stay with it. If something is resonating, if something is trying to get your attention, it's for a very good reason. And when you stay with that, like really just give yourself even 5 or 10 minutes and just sit with whatever wisdom is coming up for you. That's where big changes happen then, and energy. So for me, that's the energy of love. So something in you that needs nourishing, something in you that needs care, something in you that needs parenting, mothering, fathering in some way. And maybe somebody outside of you is offering that to you. Maybe somebody wants to be there for you in that way, but you're afraid to let it in, or you're not sure about the person or whatever. But it's such a beautiful and powerful thing to be vulnerable, especially if you're somebody, Marrow, who takes care of other people, who looks out for other people's emotional well-being. But neglecting your own is the worst thing that you can do. So what I want you to do, Marrow, I want you to start checking in with yourself. I want you to start saying, do I have the energy for this right now? Even though I love this person, do I have the energy to give them what they need? Do I need to give myself more love in this situation than the other person? It's so important, okay? And this is the card of like something being taken, something being stolen, and it's like you taking your power back. So if people have taken advantage of you, Marrow, or you feel rejected or overlooked at this time, please give yourself that love. Give yourself a hug, and just start to appreciate all the wonderful things that you bring to the world, and start to love yourself in that way, and start to appreciate what you bring. Start to value yourself in that way, and then you move differently in the world. But for the moment, withdraw attention from other people. Withdraw from giving so much of yourself right now, okay? And give that love back to yourself. Niharika? I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I'm shocking. Niharika. Apologies if I've just butchered your name there. I'm so sorry. So I hope that's made sense, Marrow. There's a little bit of a lag. Okay. So Niharika. So we have exposed and revealed. So that's in reverse. Again, the message coming out. What is wanting to be known? What is coming up that you need to pay attention to? What are you learning about yourself? What are you learning about somebody else that you're like, you're trying to shove it back down, or you're trying to ignore it in some way? The thing about truth when it comes out like that, whether it's your own inner being or the truth about somebody else or something else, is that once it's seen, it can't be unseen. And even though you try and push it down or push it away or ignore it, it's there then in the subconscious mind, and it will nag at you till you address it, until you give it the attention that it's looking for. So have a look at what you may be ignoring. Also, there's a lot of truths and stuff being revealed at the moment online. So, and it can be very disturbing for people. And if that's disturbing your spirit, don't look at that. Just put it away from you, you know? The reading really touched me, and I can feel the spirit all around me. I've been trying to fight discrimination and social injustice, but I can't hold on to it while I push forward to make change in an organization. Yeah, Amber, the thing about that, my love, is anything you fight, you energize. Just sit with that and see what comes to you. All right. I'm so sorry if that's been lagging there for ages, and you're only coming up there now. Opening to discovery. So there is something there, Neharika, so sorry, that wants to be known, that wants to be discovered. So like open yourself to it. Open yourself to that experience. Open yourself to something that wants to that wants to be known by you. And you'll know what that is, but it's giving yourself the opportunity to either go towards something unknown, go towards something new, but have the courage to do it. Okay, have the courage to do it. You're backed up. Maria Richards, this is so true. I hate when there's a lag, because then I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so the way that I work, in case you're new to me reading, is I read for the person at the top of my screen. It might look different on yours if you're on a laptop, because I do everything on my phone. When I'm finished with that person, it's the next person at the top of my screen. I've been doing this years, and that's the fairest way, so that everyone gets a reading. Sometimes Spirit pulls me to one particular person, because they want them to get the message. Okay, Maria, breathe. Breath is sacred. To replenish yourself, slowly inhale wellness and clarity to a count of 6, then exhale stress to a count of 6. So there's something there where you need to slow all the way down. Okay, you need to slow all the way down. When we're very caught up in something, someone, worry, anxiety, we breathe shallowly. So it's like, we don't take deep breaths in. When we're relaxed, when we slow down, we automatically start to breathe more deeply. And when we breathe more deeply, there's obviously more oxygen going to the brain. And that in itself will bring clarity, but it also stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which relaxes. You just get into that relaxed state then. So take yourself out of the hustly, I need to do this, I need to rush mentality for a while, and give yourself breathing room. If you can get near the sea, even better. And here we go. Restore yourself with alone time. Take a break from the busy world. Seriously. Replenish yourself in the stillness. Meditate, stretch, nap, garden. Do whatever quiet activities your spirit yearns for. And here we have water again. So get out near water, Maria, and give yourself that opportunity to be fed and nourished by spirit. To be fed and nourished by your own spirit as well at the same time. And a lot of us will keep pushing very hard until our body takes us out in that way. And then we have to rest. So listen to the body's whispers before they become screams. And the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. So joy. So these are Archangel Michael cards. So know that you're being guided. Know that, that if you have felt trapped, if you have felt worried about that, know that you're not. And opportunities will start to unfold for you. You just have to kind of hold the line, if you like. But put something back in the tank, sweetheart, okay? Yvette Stafford. Yvette, I haven't seen you in such a long time on with me. Yvette. I hope that made sense, Maria. Okay. So dream a beautiful dream. So this is about potential, Yvette, okay? It's the potential for something to grow, something to blossom, something to thrive. But it needs your attention. It needs your focused attention. If there's something that you want to bring into being, so to speak, Yvette, if you want something to happen, then you have to do your part and focus your attention on it. Doesn't have to be for a lot of time, but just daydream. Daydream about it. Kids do that all the time. It's so natural to us when we come into this world, and then it becomes dismissed by adults. But daydream about it, daydream about it. Give yourself permission to dream. Thank you so much. I will do that now. Spirit, not push, body not trapped. Thank you. You're very welcome, my love. Power of attraction. So you are just getting in law of attraction stuff up the wazoo there now, Yvette. So you need to get in touch and sit down and write out what it is you really want. Okay? Sit down with it and say, if I had a magic wand, which is your word, and I could have anything I want, then what would I focus on? And that's literally how it is. I mean, it's the same as the algorithm on your phone. By liking certain things and by focusing on certain things, the algorithm gives you more of those things, more of those people, more of those advertisements, everything. The brain has the same algorithm. It's called the activating reticular system. It goes out and finds, because it has billions of bits of information to go through. So it's like, okay, what is she repeatedly focusing on? Let's give her more of that. And that's how that works. So look at where you've been focusing a bit. Look at the words you've been using, how you've been speaking about yourself, how you've been speaking about possibilities and others, and see where you can change it up. 7 of Wands, there's decisions there to be made. So make them from a space of knowing what you want, being very clear. Don't let others kind of steamroll you into things or just go along with other people. Figure out what it is you want as well. I feel there's a turning point happening, or a change of life, change of something that you need to kind of maybe draw a line under what's happened or what's gone and focus forward in a more positive way. Okay? Didier Bertrand? Or is it Didier? Sorry. Okay, where am I with you? That's good. I always say that at the beginning, that if you can just relax, I always hold the attention that there'll be something for everyone. There's always healing energy here present as well. Always. Okay. So Didier, the reunion, self-recognition, or sorry, soul recognition. Take self-recognition out because I said it. Collaboration, partnership, friendship. So something or someone coming into your life that feels like a soul connection, feels like it's something that is exciting, is nourishing. Nourishing seems to be the word there. And I'm feeling a kind of a disconnect there. Maybe you're giving a lot of energy, Didier. Maybe you're giving a lot of your nourishing energy, but you're not getting it back. Because what I'm feeling is it's going out, but it's whoever the person or thing is, it's like a wall, okay? And the thing about that, my love, is that your beautiful, loving, nourishing energy needs a match, needs to be fed by somebody else, needs to, because then you really come alive. You know what I mean? So if you've been throwing your pearls before swine, as they say, have a look at why. Why are you doing that? Why are you holding out for a hero with this person, or institution, whatever it is that you're giving that energy to, and you're not getting anything in return? It breaks you down. Yes, but her proposition not clear. How do you mean? Her proposition not clear. Okay. And upside down, in reverse, rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure. There's a big disconnect there, my love. So you would seem to me, from these cards, to be a very passionate soul, to be, somebody that loves deeply. I can't take those in. Loves deeply, loves all in, but it's like you're waiting for it to change, or you're waiting for someone to change, or someone to match you in that energy. And they can't. Too much abuse of my generosity. Yeah. You need to kind of look at that now, my darling, and go, fuck this. Lavish that love on yourself until somebody comes into your life that is a match for it. And oftentimes, sweetheart, when we're used to being the one that gives all the nourishing and all of that, then we don't value ourselves. And then what happens is we just draw more of the same. So what I want you to do is go away and spend some time with yourself. Love yourself. Check in with yourself and say, Didia, what would you like? What would you like to eat today, Didia? And if Didia says, I want a bowl of ice cream with fucking pecan nuts on it, go and get that for Didia. Didia, what would you like to wear today? I'd like to wear the blue pants with the yellow top. Whether you like that or not, put that on. Walk around the house in it. If you want to change it again, change it. But you need to start giving yourself love in that way. Your friends invite you out. Didier, do you want to go out? What do you want to do? I want to stay home and snuggle up with a blanket. Okay, that's what we'll do. You need to put that back into yourself. When you start doing that, Didier, then what happens is um, people start to respond to you differently. Because when a person loves themselves and honors themselves, they vibrate something different. They just do. We've all met people like that. So you need to do that. The unknown. I bow to the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, and my next steps are revealed. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, okay? This is like you with all the color, and this is the person that you're giving all that energy to. It's like a bland brown bird, no offense, but like you need to have that back. You need to have that returned to you. You need to have that amplified by someone wonderful. And that someone can be you. Do that for you for as long as it takes. And you'll see it differently. You'll see people responding to you differently. But if someone is taken all the time and you pull back in that way and you start to take care of yourself, they'll show their true colors then. And then if they're not a real person, like a person that really loves you, they'll get angry, they'll lash out. Why have you changed? Why are you different? But somebody that really cares about you will say, I noticed that you're responding differently or whatever. I'm here for you no matter what. Okay? Oh, that's brilliant. I love Ice Age 4. Loving Hypno ASMR. What are you? What's your name? Sorry, I'll just write down ASMR until you give me the name. So for anyone that's new here, because I can see a few new faces on here, the way that I work is I read from the top of the screen. I write the names down because I forget them halfway through, and when I'm in flow, and then when I finish with that person, it's the next person up. Okay, that's the fairest way I've found over the years to work. Yeah, that's brilliant. Kicking ass and taking naps. I love it. Okay, Sarah. So we have retreat to the natural world. Go where you feel most alive. A peaceful forest, the mountains, your local park. Let the ocean roar through you, be revived by nature's wonder. Now, this message has come up a couple of times as well. When we're very busy, when we're in the kind of rush and hassle of our day, no matter what it is, when we go out in nature, when we really like surrender to it, and nature could be sitting out in your back garden, looking out your window at the sky, whatever it is that you can do. When you really connect to nature in that way, it slows your whole body down because we are nature. We are meant to be connected to the earth. We're meant to like really be on the earth, but we've built these houses and so on to kind of separate us. So when we actually move in nature, we become as nature and our body responds accordingly, so you need to get out there a bit. The bottom card, tame negative thinking. When negative thoughts arise, experience the feelings behind them and then shift to a larger, more compassionate perspective. So if there's something there where you need to understand it a bit better, you need to get clearer in your mind, get out in nature and do that. Live in the middle of a 100-acre wood, but I tend to be a bit jaded by having it all the time. Not as much appreciation as I could have for nature. Okay, but that might be that maybe you need a different kind of nature for a while. Maybe you need to go where there's water. Maybe you not need to go to, like, if you can, go to where there's a beach, or go to a park where there's lots of flowers, or something like that. And into me I see. So this was in reverse. You're not listening to your own intuition. You're not listening to it fully. You're avoiding yourself in some way. Nature will bring you back. Okay, nature will bring you back to yourself. But it has to be that thing where you're doing it because you love yourself, and you're not doing it because I told you to do it, or you feel you should do it. Know what I mean? When we do things from a should point of view, we're already annoyed. But if you say, you know what now, I'm going to do something loving for myself, I'm going to go somewhere where there's water, and I'm going to give myself some care. And it can be as simple as that, but don't should yourself into things, if you know what I mean. Should all over yourself. But there's just some wisdom that needs to drop in there, okay? That's a good idea, good. I'm just waiting for the next one to pop up. So Suan O. Suan. So I'll do one more after Suan. And I'm done then. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 of Cups, and the other one came out with it. So we have 3 of Cups and Page of Cups. So what I would feel there, Suan, is that friendships, okay? This is always like Alice's tea party to me. But this one is always a snake in the grass. I don't know why, but that's always how I read this card. So there may be something about brilliant. There may be something around a friend. Okay, there may be something like Suan. There may be something that you're feeling about a friend. Maybe that friend is not being completely honest with you or completely clear with you about something. Could be one of your children, even if you have children. Someone is holding out. Okay, someone is holding out. So if it's around career, where in your career right now do you feel somebody is either talking behind your back, creating problems for you, or is just not, you're just sensing something is off, if that makes sense. Have a look at where you can, because the Three of Cups came up as well, I would feel that you have good people around you. And it's important, sometimes it's important when you have good people around you, maybe to throw a bone to somebody that is struggling, or, you know, the one that people kind of go, they don't invite, or something like that. There's definitely something where someone feels out in the cold, could be you even, out in the cold, or feel like they're not part of the clique. Like, is that what's happening at work for you? Is it kind of like that you don't feel part of things? Is it that you feel that they don't understand you? Like, if that's the case, then it genuinely just takes some communication, because those are love cards, those are emotion cards. Be braver with your expression, be braver with how you ask for things, how you include yourself in things. For you, career is very much around emotion. For you, career is very much around how you feel, people, connection, that kind of way. So don't sell yourself short by kind of holding back or being shy about something. You know what I mean? Put yourself forward. If you've been hurt in that way before, do your best to make peace with it. If it's a situation that's happening for you right now, see what you can learn from it and move forward, communicating clearly as best you can. Queen of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands energy is magnetic, wonderful addition in any workplace, charismatic. Where are you dimming that down? Like, are you in the wrong workplace, or are you just afraid to really show what you have? You know what I mean? Is there some like imposter syndrome? Do you think you're not as shiny as everybody else? There's something there you need to look at more closely. There's something there where you have to really go in and say, am I really bringing everything to the table here? Am I holding out? Why am I holding out? Look at it that way. And 10 of Cups. Again, it's all cup energy. It's all the heart, emotion, feeling. That's a really, really good card. But what I would say to you is, if your work is not heart-led, if your work is not to do with connection, emotion, intuition, guidance, maybe look at something else. Because that's where your fulfillment lies. Connecting. You know what I mean? That's where your fulfillment lies. So look at it that way, okay? Maria Richards. So Maria is my last but not least. Okay, Maria. See your emotions as teachers. Emotions can be So sorry, my son rang and I answered his phone call instead. Oh my God. Emotions can be vehicles for transformation, whether joyous or challenging. They can teach you to overcome fear and cultivate compassion. So if it's a case at the moment where you're trying to deny your emotions or trying to shove them down in some way, look at where you can invite them in. Look at where you can pay more attention to them, because oftentimes emotions come up because there's something that needs to be looked at. And if emotions are getting louder and say, you're getting more triggered than you used to or whatever, you need to look at that. You need to look at those emotions, and you need to look at where you can honor yourself and honor the emotions you're experiencing, no matter what anybody else says, okay? And the lovers. So this might be something to do with a relationship you're in, where possibly you've played a part for a long time. Possibly you've suppressed how you really feel. Possibly you're not saying what you really mean. And by doing that, my love, it's like you call yourself a liar then. Because if you're pretending or you're diminishing your experience, it's felt in the body like a lie. It's felt in the body like a disconnect. And the body will play that out in some form for you then. Headaches, body pain, stomach pain, whatever. Heart palpitations. You know what I mean? So look at where you can be really, really honest about your own feelings and communicate that to somebody close. A Knight of Pentacles. So there may be some work involved in that. It might be a case of you're going to have to, because you've done it a certain way for so long, you might have to re-emphasize it for a while till it kind of takes root and takes hold. But it's worth it, because once you start living authentically, once you start living as who you really are, the game completely changes. People change around you, opportunities come that you would never have expected. Your own health improves, things improve. So see how you go. And Two of Wands in reverse. This is like, the Two of Wands is like when adventure is beckoning. What do you really want to do? It's really like, for me, Two of Wands is always about, what is it you want? What is it you're settling for? Are you going to go all in and like really go for it? Or are you going to play safe like you have done up to now? But there needs to be that energy to really like choose for yourself. It's not letting other people choose for you or letting other people influence how you live. This has to come from you, you know what I mean? You have to choose for yourself what adventure lies ahead, okay? Only caught you live for the first time here now. I've watched you for years. Oh, go on more. I have to go and work. So good for communication. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're an Easter egg eater like me, enjoy it. And may you have all the blessings and all the peace that passes all understanding. Okay? Love you all. Bye.